Okay, today we're working on a 2002 Pontiac Grand Prix, and what we're doing today is we're going to be replacing the rear audio speakers. And in order to do that, we need to remove the rear seat, both upper and bottom, and it's held on by 4 18mm bolts and nuts. So we've got the 2 bolts out, and they're located here and here. Just in case you didn't know how to remove your seat, there's a pull tab here, and there's a pull tab there. You pull them both, you lift the rear seat out, then we undo the 4 bolts. That's disgusting. Remove the actually 2 nuts and 2 bolts, and you remove the rear portion of the seat, and then we'll get to work on the speakers. So after you pull off the rear portion, and we had our 2 bolts, our 2 nuts, and then there are just hooks that hook into the back panel here, which actually hold the top of the seat in. So once you release that, you pop the bottom out, and you kind of wiggle it up, put it outside, and you can see outside there, that's where our top and our bottom of the seat are. Okay, now to get to the speaker panel, underneath this here, we've got 2 of these, one on each side. It's just the body panel. You want to get in there with the screwdriver or the correct tool, and you want to pop it out. It's just a kit. And that's going to free up this under table here. And that's going to enable us to lift this panel out, and we'll eventually be able to get to the speakers. Now that we have the speakers free, there you have the sound insulation. We pull that back, and there are 4 1/4-inch bolts that hold the speaker down to its little enclosure. You want to remove all 4 of those and then lift out the speaker. Then you want to unplug it. It's just a little tab, and wiggle it out. Now your wiring will have 2 colors. You'll need to look up on the internet which color is negative or which is positive. In this case, our dark blue is our positive, our light blue is our negative. So what we're going to do now is actually clip this plug right off, like so. And then we're going to use our wire strippers and just strip them back a bit, like this. Like this. Now your speakers will come with their own wire, and one terminal will be big and one terminal will be large, and in your instructions it will tell you essentially which one's which. So in this case, the bigger end is our positive. So we'll want to connect our bigger end, which is the solid gray wire. Here's the solid gray wire, to our other positive, which is the dark blue. And so you can just twist them up like this and put a little cap on them. However, we're going to go the extra mile, and we're going to go ahead and solder these together for a really good connection. After that, what we'll do is we'll tape them up to make sure they don't touch anything. The quick and dirty way to solder is I just got my hot soldering iron here. Just go put my solder in here and just go to town. Essentially weld these 2 wires together, so that they'll never want to be apart. Just like so. There's one. Now I'll do the other one. Okay, so now we take the big side, we plug it in that. Take the small side, which is the negative, and we plug it in there. Stuff everything down under, and we screw our speaker back into place with the existing screws that were in the hole. Okay, so they're reattached, they're plugged in, they're bolted down as tight as they can. We're now going to reassemble this back portion here, and we'll snug them on in. The only concern I might have, and we might have to come back and revisit later, is the seal. The factory has this styrofoam seal around this compartment here that pretty much channels the sound. These do not, so we'll see how that affects the sound with the car. We might need to come back and put some foam around here, but we'll see how it sounds first. And here we are. Interior is slipped in just nice, just like it came out. It didn't need to be up. Bolted the rear seat back in, slid the bottom seat back in. Gotta pick up the car now for copyright reasons. I'm not gonna listen to some music, but rest assured this thing sounds really nice, much better than the stock ones which were already kind of blown.